It's now 11 p.m. and you're watching TVS Nightline. The headlines for tonight. Sarawak assessment rates maintained. Microchipping dogs help tackle strays roaming problem. PUTRAJAYA reinstates MA63 for Sarawak's environmental management. Hello there, Assalamualaikum. I'm Shira Abang Mansur and this is TVS Nightline. Sarawak has no intention to increase the assessment rates, which has remained unchanged since 1960. Deputy Premier Dato Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian said such move translates the government's commitment in its service deliveries to its people, despite the increasing costs of providing public facilities. Instead, the government would find ways to increase revenue for the operating expenditure of all 26 local councils.
No, all the local councils, all the rates at the moment, right, is at 1960 rates. We have not increased, never increased. But the services now, you cannot pay people at 1960 rates. It shows that how good our government is to the people. But then, in order to do more, we need to try other ways to increase the revenues. Otherwise, how to spend more?
Dr. Sim, who is also the Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government, told reporters after witnessing the swearing-in of councillors of Bau District Council on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the ceremony saw Bau District Officer Constantine Jonas leading the swearing-in as a chairman of the Bau District Council. This was followed by the swearing-in of 31 councillors who are political appointees, led by William Ding as the deputy chairman. There are 13 new councillors in Bau District Council.
Pet owners have been urged to microchip their pet dogs to help tackle the growing problem of strays roaming the streets. Such initiative would provide better welfare to the pet dogs and also intends to curb diseases like rabies through proper and tracing management.
The procedure involves inserting a sterile chip the size of a grain of rice between a dog's shoulder blades. A simple solution that gives peace of mind to owners and greater sense of responsibility among the community towards their pets.
We should, because we want to move forwards, yeah? If we don't, right, we want to eliminate rabies, we want to get rid of rabies, totally and completely, so that we don't have to worry about all this, because it costs a lot of money, to catch a dog, to vaccinate the dogs, and so on. And more importantly, not only a lot of money, those people who die of rabies, I cannot bring them back. We lost them forever. It's unnecessary death.
Retreating the call for pet owners to perform the microchipping on their pets voluntarily. Similar to the overwhelming response throughout the implementation of the rabies vaccination program.
Rabies this year, right? There are more people die of rabies than last year. If voluntary doesn't work, we have to do something else. And so we will look at it again, what else we need to do. And that's why we need everybody to cooperate, both the animal lovers, the dog owners, and so on. And then because if not, right, how many people need to die of rabies?
Previously, Deputy Minister for Public Health, Housing and Local Government, Michael Tiang Ming T, said that a total of 24,241 dogs have been registered throughout the state, with 2,104 licensed dogs fitted with the microchips.
Under the Malaysia Agreement 1963, MA63, the federal government has reinstated Sarawak's environmental management responsibilities through the devolution of power to the state. Sarawak's Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department, Law MA63 and State-Federal Relations, Dato' Sharifah Hasidah Said Aman Ghazali stated that the state now has full control over environmental issues and the management of scheduled waste, although negotiations with the federal government are ongoing.
So dia memang kuasa state sekarang untuk mengurus, dan ini pasal waste ini, I think specifically That will be looked into by our ministry, right, and REB. I think they will have to sort this out, yeah. And if they have to work with the Ministry of Environment in the federal side, I think they will have to have some talks and negotiation. But as far as MA 63 is concerned, environment matters has been devolved to the state. Now the state have we have the right to really handle the matter lah.
She told reporters after launching a Ramadan charity event at the Jumaani Pavilion on Wednesday, April 5th. At the same time, Sharifah Hasidah hopes the discussions on scheduled waste will continue, as she believes that Sarawak has the credentials to care for the state's future.
Hari Raya Aidilfitri came early for residents of Pertubuhan Kebajikan Baitur Rahmah and Pusat Jagaan Nur Murni who received new clothes and Duit Raya. Organised by Centex Commercial along with its strategic partners, the heartfelt joy was at its peak when residents of the two care homes were given the opportunity to choose their new Raya outfits during the program held at the Jumaani Pavilion.
State's Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department, Law MA 63 and State Federal Relations, Datuk Sharifah Hasidah Said Aman Ghazali, lauded the charitable initiative by government-linked companies in giving back to society through their corporate social responsibilities.
Saya ingin merakamkan setinggi tahniah syabas kepada Centex Commercial, ya. Walaupun namanya komersial artinya berjual, ya. Tetapi mereka ada inisiatif yang begitu murni untuk mengadakan seperti macam CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility, dan membawa dan menceriakan Ramadan dan Hari Raya bagi anak-anak di kedua-dua tempat yang tadi, ya, Baitur Rahmah dan Pusat Jagaan Nur Murni. Dan inilah merupakan visi yang berhormat premier kita. Kita mahu company seperti Centex Commercial berjaya. Apabila berjaya, kita dapat menyumbang balik kepada masyarakat dan memertabatkan masyarakat kita, memertabatkan seni kita seperti songket dan keringkan dan macam-macam lagi, ya.
She said this in her speech during the handing over ceremony at Jumaani Pavilion, Kuching on Wednesday, April 5th. Meanwhile, the residents expressed their gratitude for the contribution.
Kami menyambut raya dengan rasa penuh dengan gembira lah, sebab si pernah-pernah lah kami dapat orang belanja baju raya. Baru first time lah kami dapat sumbangan baju raya macam tu.
Ada media yang belum
dapat memberi kami semangat untuk belajar untuk jadi berjaya lah. Kami menetap di Baitur Rahmah baru je bulan puasa tu tadi. Mun kami rasa okey, kami stay sajalah sebab kami dah nak sambung belajar juga. Rezeki daripada sidaknya semua apa yang kami ada, semua sidaknya beri dengan kami.
Tapah Baitur Rahmah dalam 4 tahun. Sebab mak kami suruh masak siang.
Family kita pilihkan untuk
Baitur Rahmah dia.
Untuk first time baju raya kita lah.
Kami gunakan untuk terus untuk masa depan kami terus sambung belajar. Kami minat juga jahit tu, jadi kami buat cubalah belajar di jahitan lah, jahit.
Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jori Chenopeng, wants the issue of dilapidated schools and clinics in the state to be dealt with promptly. The matter was informed by the new Sarawak Federal Secretary, Ahmad Nazri Muhammad Hassan, to reporters after paying a courtesy call on the Premier at his office on Wednesday.
Beliau memberi penekanan kepada pembangunan ataupun repair works kepada sekolah-sekolah taif dan juga klinik-klinik taif di serata Sarawak dan juga beberapa isu keselamatan dan pertahanan negara. Dua perkara utama yang ditekan oleh Yang Amat Berhormat kepada saya untuk saya panjangkan kepada pihak-pihak berkenaan di Kerajaan Persekutuan.
He said Sarawak's autonomy to approve development projects costing less than 50 million ringgit will help to expedite the matter. Thus, he said the ministries involved, namely the Education Ministry as well as the Health Ministry, should make use of the allocation.
Sekolah taif ada peruntukan khas yang di bawah 50 juta kepada kerajaan negeri yang boleh dilaksanakan oleh kerajaan negeri, itu yang diminta oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Premier untuk disegerakan.
Earlier on January 4th, Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim announced that the Finance Ministry agreed for the implementation of any project with a cost below 50 million ringgit in Sabah and Sarawak to be almost entirely decided by the state governments, subject to compliance with financial regulations.
Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jari Junopeng today received a courtesy visit from Chief Executive Officer of Inland Revenue Board LHDN, Dato' Muhammad Nizam Sairi. In his maiden visit, the delegation shared about RRB operations as well as the result of the direct tax collection obtained from the state to the Premier. He added the visit also serves to strengthen cordial relationship between the IRB and the state government, adding that with a Sarawakian representative through Sarawak Financial Secretary, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Lizosman Wan Omar, in the board, Sarawak will be updated of its tax revenue obtained periodically. Coming up right after the break, speed up implementation of large investments from China and 440 migrants rescued from overcrowded boat. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim appeals to the 4 state governments involved with large investments from China to speed up the implementation process of the relevant projects. He said the 4 states involved are Pahang, Perak, Johor and Terengganu.
Anwar said that the investment projects from China involving Zhejiang Geely Holding Group and Rosheng Petrochemical Company are expected to start by May at the latest. Geely's investment projects are in Pahang and Tanjung Malim, Perak, while Rosheng's projects are in Pengerang, Johor and Terengganu. According to Anwar, he will be chairing a meeting regarding the investments of Chinese companies in the country to ensure immediate and effective action is implemented.
Dan bila dia melibatkan kerajaan negeri, saya rasa perlu jika keadaan itu mendesak untuk saya sendiri bersama rakan-rakan menteri turun untuk bincang dengan kerajaan-kerajaan negeri yang berkaitan, terutama kerajaan negeri yang menerima sumbangan pelaburan yang besar daripada negara China. Berita baik juga iaitu salah satu projek awal itu akan dimulakan dalam masa yang singkat, yang saya jangka selewat-lewatnya bulan Mei. Dan ini akan memberikan suatu impetus kepada pelaburan selain daripada perjanjian persefahaman MOU, itu mana pelaksanaan itu akan dapat disegerakan. Jadi
he said this in a press conference after chairing the cabinet meeting on Wednesday. During Anwar's recent official visit to China, Malaysia received the highest investment commitment in history, amounting to 117 billion ringgit from Chinese investors as a result of the signing of 19 memorandums of understanding between Malaysian and Chinese companies.
Malaysia must protect its sovereignty over the disputed waters around Luconia Shoals or Beting Patinggi Ali, which is about 80 nautical miles from Sarawak's coastline. Chief Political Secretary to the Premier of Sarawak, Fazruddin Abdul Rahman, was commenting on the Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim's recent remarks on Malaysia's readiness to hold talks with China on its oil and gas claims in the South China Sea, but would not back down from its own territorial claims.
The area is important to the Sarawak government to ensure the continuity of the oil and gas activities by the Petroleum Nasional Berhad, Petronas. The Beting Patinggi Ali, located only 80 nautical miles from the coastline of Sarawak. Based on the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea 1982, the Exclusive Economic Zone EEZ parameters covers 200 nautical miles from the country's coastline. Fazruddin recalls that in the past, there have been several reported encounters by Petronas operating oil and gas fields in the South China Sea within Malaysia's EEZ with Chinese vessels.
Those who fast must make the best of the two meal intakes allowed daily, namely the first meal at dawn, which is sahur, and the breaking of fast after sunset or iftar. Therefore, high-fiber meals are highly encouraged for sahur during the Ramadan month, as it is acknowledged to be an ideal energy provider for a longer period of time. Food hygiene and safety expert from the Faculty of Health Sciences, University Technology Mara UiTM Associate Professor Dr. Norazmir Madnor said, for adults, a maximum of 40% calorie intake is optimum to avoid consuming extra calories during the breaking of fast.
Foods that contain high in fiber can be stored in the body longer compared to food containing carbohydrates, allowing the body to withstand fasting and maximize their energy intake.
Macam roti serat dia lama sikit. Maybe boleh pergi sampai pukul 3, pukul 4. So, benda-benda macam tu lah. Roti berserat, oat, kekacang. Benda yang high fiber. Kita nak fiber banyak supaya rasa kenyang tu lama. Kalau kita makan karbo, dia punya simple sugar ataupun gula ringkas cepat pun masuk, cepat keluar, habis.
Norazmi said the adequate intake of 8 glasses of water daily is advised by the Ministry of Health, MOH, needs to be taken into account. As once the supply of water in the body is less than 70%, this will cause the body to appear more weak and feeling uneasy throughout the fasting month.
70% daripada keperluan badan kita ni memang terdiri daripada air. Sebab kurang fungsi air, tak bagus untuk fisiologi badan. Kadang-kadang kita tengok makin layu, makin lesu. Bukan sebab dia tak makan, dia makan dah pagi tadi banyak. Tapi airnya kurang, dia kurang minum air. Dia cuma minum mungkin sahur 1 gelas, nanti berbuka 1 gelas, lepas tu moreh ataupun nak tidur 1 gelas. Cuma 3 gelas je. 3 gelas tu sangat kurang. Sebab air penting untuk keperluan badan.
Albeit the development in information technology, Malaysia is still behind in the aspect of cyber security. The matter was acknowledged by information technology expert Dr. T. Sashi Kumar in relation to recent events of hacking on government websites.
The lack of cybersecurity in application systems and official website are one of the factors for easy hacking.
Sebab asas penggodaman berlaku ialah kekurangan langkah keselamatan yang mencukupi yang dilaksanakan oleh organisasi yang terlibat.
The issue is also widely noted by app and official website developers who may have overlooked internal weaknesses of the system when developed. There is also no denying that the risk of hacking is untenable. However, proactive measures should be taken by agencies and responsible bodies to increase security measures.
Ini termasuk melaksanakan pelbagai lapisan keselamatan untuk aplikasi yang dihadapi oleh orang ramai atau public access application. Terutamanya laman web yang digunakan untuk mengakses maklumat peribadi. Kawalan akses yang ketat juga akan membantu menghalang serangan cyber daripada sumber dalaman.
Apart from that, identity theft, online financial scams, and breach of privacy are among the main risks related to expose private information to hackers. As such, the solution needs to be looked into further constructively, as it is not a rare case for a national official government website to be hacked. On Tuesday, the Immigration Department's official website was hacked by an individual called Captain Smoker at 2 a.m. In a statement, the Immigration Department Director General Datuk Ruslin Juso confirmed the matter and said the cyber attack in the form of defacement resulted in the department's homepage being replaced with another image display.
Kebab is originated from the Middle East, a dish widely accepted by fellow Malaysians on and off festive season. What's for Sungke Arito featuring Kebab Habib?
Kebab stalls are a common sight spread throughout Sarawak nowadays. In Bintulu, for instance, a private sector employee takes a leap of courage to formulate kebab with its own twist.
Idea buat kebab tu datangnya daripada sebab sendiri minat makan kebab. Jadi Bintulu tu kita susah nak cari kebab yang hari-hari ada orang jual kebab. Jadi biasalah idenya untuk buatkan kebab tu. Inspirasi daripada makan kebab-kebab di tempat lain lah, macam Kuching, Sibu. Jadi kita buat di Bintulu ada kebab tu.
Habib reveals demands are high during the Ramadan. Sharing his story, he noted that the recipe for marination is the most essential element in its preparation.
Perapannya macam idea untuk perapan tu silah lama gila, tapi sentiasa upgrade lah kita. Olah mula rasa kurang rasa upgrade lagi, tambah lagi. Ambil masa lah dari tahun 2016 kami start sampai gini tahun.
Using beef, lamb and chicken in its filling, Habib's kebabs are sold at more than 100 packs daily. What's more delightful is the combination of the meat and pita bread consumed together with the drench of mayonnaise and sauce, which is sure to entice one's appetite.
On to the world news. More than 400 migrants were rescued overnight in international waters off Malta following a complex 11-hour operation. Doctors Without Borders, or MSF charity, said its Geo Barents vessels struggled with the rescue due to stormy sea conditions and initially could do little more than throw life jackets to the migrants.
The people rescued spent 4 days at sea, the last 2 without food or water, after setting off from eastern Libya, near Benghazi, on April 1st. The migrants are from Syria, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Egypt, Somalia, and Sri Lanka, and are due to be taken to Italy. Italy is facing a surge in sea migration from North Africa, with more than 28,000 arrivals in the year to date, compared to around 6,800 in the same period of 2022.
Meanwhile, severe thunderstorms moving toward the Midwest of the United States hits Illinois, which caused extensive damage to homes, cars, and power lines.
Video obtained by Reuters showed a tornadic winds swirling around a neighborhood in the city of Kelowna, with lightning striking power lines, setting off sparks and fires. The National Weather Service issued a warning of a possible hail, lightning and tornado, which the highest risk area will be eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, and some parts of Arkansas and Missouri. The weather system is also predicting that a widespread blizzard conditions will sweep through north-northeast across the central U.S. to the northern plains.
French President Emmanuel Macron has arrived in Beijing for a 3-day visit, his first state visit to China in over 3 years. Macron has said that during his 3-day visit, he will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen.
Macron intends to emphasize to Xi Jinping that Europe will not accept China providing arms to Russia, as well as to discuss trade and economic ties with Chinese leaders. The French president also invited von der Leyen on the trip to show European unity after French officials criticized German Chancellor Olaf Scholz for going to China alone last year. Macron's advisors have said that he wants the EU to be more robust in trade relations with China, but he has avoided using strong anti-China rhetoric to avoid retaliatory measures. Due to China's strict pandemic controls, all diplomatic meetings since Macron's last visit in 2019 have been held online, which caused the relation between Europe and China have soured due to a stalled investment pact in 2021 and Beijing's refusal to condemn Russia over its invasion of Ukraine.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines, anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. And that is all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Shira Abang Mansur. Thank you for watching.